MLB The Show has baseball coming your night at Oriole Park in Baltimore. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. It'll be fun watching these two swing it all series long. First pitch is next. Kevin Gausman is ready to go as he'll be on the hill for Baltimore. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, if you take a look at that whip, you can see he's been struggling all year long. A lot of base runners.
Standing in, the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. So we are ready for baseball.
Tonight for the Yankees, center fielder, number 22.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. EK, you look at these Orioles as they begin play here tonight. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
And things haven't gone all that smoothly for them here on this homestand. They've won just twice in 5 games. So they're going to be looking to get a little offense going to take some of the pressure off of this pitching staff.
One and one, here it comes. Down the line, but this is a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
This guy's not hitting over 300 by accident. One to lay off.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes comes. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Right side. Throw in time at first. A nice play in short right for the first out. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, I think it's going to be really important to understand the pitcher that they're facing and make the adjustments as the game goes along. If this guy's in the zone, then be aggressive. Go up there hacking. But if he's trying to be effectively wild within the strike zone, then you got to be a little more patient and work the count.
Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. The Orioles here in their new orange jerseys, or perhaps their new old orange jerseys. Haven't been seen since 1992. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. In the air to center field, and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. 6th home run on the season for him, as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
Wow, he has proven to be a real nuisance in the first 2 games of this series. A home run in last night's ball game, and now another one here.
Brian McCann will take his first cuts now. Currently 2nd in the American League in home runs.
And he's also in the top 10 in batting average and RBIs. So not just hitting those home runs. He's having a great year overall at the plate.
And that's taken for strike 1. And there you see the home run leaders we touched on a moment ago. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. And And ooh, that strike zone's getting a little inconsistent now. It's 2-2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
1 out, nobody on. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. On deck, the switch hitter, Mark Teixeira. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. He gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Mark Teixeira will get his first cuts here, and the danger's obvious as he currently leads the American League in home runs.
Yeah, and he had a 2-homer game last time out. He's as dangerous as they come right now.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's high for a ball, 1-0.
And in the first inning, with this guy already looking a little shaky, I think you let him throw you one here. He hasn't proven to me that he can find the strike zone yet.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane of the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. 2-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond's a very strike zone. Usually not a lot of complaints either way.
And Teixeira able to lay off again as they don't want to give in. It's 3-1. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. And he misses again here. It's ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks here with 1 away.
That's the second walk he's allowed here in the first inning. And I have a feeling if you ask his manager, he's going to say that that's way too many already. You can't go giving away base runners, or you're going to find yourself in a big hole early on.
Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman, will dig in now in a run-scoring spot, and they've got the right man for the job here as he currently leads the American League in RBIs.
Well, how about 9 RBIs over his last 10 games? Needless to say, he's one to watch out for in this one.
And a ball, 1-0.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
The 1-0 pitch. And he can't get A-Rod to bite on it. It's 2-0.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Three and 0 now. The alarm bells are ringing now.
They're getting louder and louder, too.
And, oh, they won't let him walk that easily, as that's somehow ruled a strike. 3-1 now.
That might take the anxiety away for the moment, but he's going to need a couple more here to prove to himself that he's not losing it.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. And they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base.
And the funny thing about this at-bat, he does everything wrong on this swing. I mean, first off, this pitch is out of the strike zone, and secondly, he tries to pull it instead of taking it the other way. Anyhow, pays off for him.
Carlos Beltran will stand in now, and as you can easily tell from the splits, he's really struggled away from home. First pitch on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike one. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Ooh, jumped the gun a bit on that swing, and he's down 1-2. Bases are loaded with only one out. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. There to pull it in is Machado, and that's out number 2. With a moment now, take a look at the defense for the Orioles. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, we get to watch one of the best fielding teams in the league. They can go out and get the ball as well as anybody in all of baseball. Makes pitching a lot easier.
Donovan Solano has a great opportunity now to break this game wide open as he comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been watching closely here, Matt. Always feels great to get some run support from your guys.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Jones on the move. And the inning is over. Yankees are off and running early thanks to the solo home run. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 1-0 New York. Ivan Nova gets the ball for the Yankees in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, he's been what you would call a fourth or fifth starter. Got a career ERA of over 4, but he will give you innings, and he is dependable.
Joey Richard comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Left fielder, Joey Richard.
First upstairs, it's a ball and no strikes. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, they've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
And on top of that, they've already spotted their starter an early lead in this one, so they're going to let their guy work with the lead right away.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
And we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
Chopped weakly to the left. And a good throw gets him one gone. Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Steve, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Well, the wind is blowing in today, so you're not going to see a lot of long drives. Focus on hitting the ball on a line and on the ground to score your runs today.
Adam Jones will stand in now, still struggling offensively.
Oh, I'll tell you, no hitter wants to go through a streak like this. Already the numbers don't look very good, and now he's hitless in his last 10.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
A lot of late movement on that fastball. That nearly came back to the outer edge.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
And even on 3-0, it's no given that he's going to be taken up there. We've seen him go after pitches in this spot before. He's not going to hold back.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. And he missed with that one. It's ball 4. A one-out walk here in the home first. Chris Davis will come forward now as we give you a look at his home and away splits so far this year. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Pulls the string on that one. 1 strike.
One thing to keep an eye on as this game goes along, first pitch strikes. The more this guy can work from ahead, the better off he's going to be.
And a dive, but he's back in.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
A 1 pitch on its way. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Man, I don't know what he's waiting for. That one was even more down the middle than the last one was.
And he won't offer it that. Too high. 1-2.
All right, so he sort of wasted one up right there. Now I think we'll see a breaking ball down in the zone, trying to get him to swing and miss.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And with that, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, one of the most exciting things we're going to have an opportunity to see in this one, the throwing arm of that catcher. He absolutely has a cannon. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you ever saw him on the mound someday. You'll get an opportunity to watch him in this one.
Manny Machado will dig in now. Currently 9th in the AL in hitting entering play.
This guy just keeps on rolling. You look at the season numbers, and they're excellent. 2 hits in yesterday's game to add to it.
Prior to the at-bat, a check on first. And a dive, but he's back. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Out in front of it, strike 1. Oh and 1, here it comes. Soft liner to the left side. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Oh, my goodness. This guy is really starting to heat up now. That's 8 straight games with a base hit. He's been fun to watch.
Mark Trumbo is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Well, you figure that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him going forward.
Yeah, I think it might even tell the story of how well he fares here tonight, because he's going to need to mix his speeds against a lineup like this. And once they start sitting on pitches, it could be trouble.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. 2 down, runners at first and second. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Second inning upcoming from Baltimore. It's the Yankees 1. And the Didi Gregorius stands in for the first time now, looking to stay hot. He's been a real force at the plate over the last week or so. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Good bite to that thing, and it's 1-1. One and 2.
2 strikes.
Ripped on the ground to first. Fielded cleanly by Davis. And he'll take this to the bag himself. And the leadoff man set down to start the second.
Dustin Ackley.
Dustin Ackley will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
And if you're not careful, this is the kind of guy that can run off 6 scoreless innings against you from here out. So that first inning run isn't something you can bank on holding up.
And he lays off for ball one.
That's not a sight you want to see this early as a starting pitcher. 40 pitches already.
Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2. A little low. It's 2-2.
Boy, that's a good take there. I don't think I could have laid off that one.
Set to deal on 2-2. Hit out towards second. Scope has it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder,
Jacoby Ellsbury will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game.
Yeah, but it's still a pretty good leadoff at bat because he made him throw a lot of pitches.
First pitch of the at bat. Now a splitter starts things off with a called strike one.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Drilled to first. Davis has it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So the Yanks. Pedro Alvarez will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
But right there is Teixeira as he spears it for the first out.
second baseman,
Jonathan Scope will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, he had a little bit of a rough one yesterday, but this is a guy they're counting on. He's driven in 9 runs over his last 10 games.
Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, trying to go front door with that breaking ball started it a little too far inside, though.
And this one's up around the eyes. 2-1.
It didn't catch the corner there, but you can see he was trying to jam him with the running action on that 2-seam fastball.
3-1. Matt Wieters waiting on deck. Swing, strike 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
He's really off to a tough start in this series. Remember, he had the hat trick in game 1 yesterday, and now he's got another strikeout here. Sometimes when you get in a rut like this, they're not always easy to climb out of.
Matt Wieters is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him.
And we'll see him work both sides of the plate with the curveball going forward. Now, maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Brett Gardner is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
the left fielder, number 11, Brett Gardner.
Here's the first pitch to him. And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. first pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
And this is low, ball 2, 2-1. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Jones going back, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game, and this is now a 2-0 lead for the Yankees.
One of the keys for him getting the victory in his he did not allow a home run in that outing. But this is now 2 home runs he's served up here in the first few innings. You can bet there's a bit of concern over there in that dugout.
The catcher,
here's the catcher, Brian McCann.
Brian McCann.
As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. They're saying 417 feet, the distance on that last home run. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
Here's another one that's drilled. This one to left. Richard ranging back at the track. The wall. Gone. A solo home run for Brian McCann. Career number 247 as the Yankees move out to a 3-0 lead.
Wow, they've definitely gotten after it here to start this inning. That's back-to-back home runs now to the first 2 hitters. On the mound, he's got to be saying, you got to be kidding me.
The first baseman, number 25, Mark.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Well, the Yankees, with their 3 home runs now, still have a ways to go to match their record for a single game. Twice in their history, they've hit 8 of them, most recently in 2007. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistake in location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. So a solo shot off the bat of Mark Teixeira, number 26 for him on the season. As the Yankees start to pull away a bit, it's now 4-0.
Well, everybody's getting into the act in this inning. 3 batters, 3 home runs. What they put in the water down there?
And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen.
Number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Stepping in now, Alex Rodriguez. Oh, and he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike 1.
And for as bad as he missed that pitch, you can bet we're going to see that again before this at-bat's over.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Smoke toward the hole. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
Boy, it's only the 3rd inning here, and he's already given up more hits so far than he did in his entire start last time out. He hasn't been able to reproduce what he had going on last time, at least not to this point.
Digging in to try it again, Carlos Beltran, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Decent numbers, but nothing amazing from the left side of the plate so far this season.
And he lays off there 1-0. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Richard waits on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Boy, these are the kind of days where even I want to grab a bat. Everybody on that offense is hitting the ball hard somewhere.
First delivery to him on the way. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Not a bad there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. The ball flying around the yard in this one, as you see so far there. 3 runs already home here. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Boy, that's a big time to pick up the first strike out of the ball game here. So far, guys have been putting the ball in play, and really that's been part of the problem, quite frankly. But that's a good job to get a much-needed punch-out right there.
Here's Didi Gregorius as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Well, we've mentioned it already, but look at the pitch count here in the 3rd inning. He's almost completely out of gas already.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. So they get 3 runs here, all coming via solo home runs. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Yankees 4 and the Orioles nothing. J.J. Hardy digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
Fastball in there for a called strike. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
Swung on and missed that time by Hardy as he finds himself behind 0-2 now.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. In the air out to straightaway left. Gardner's after it. Makes the play, 1 away.
And as we showed you in the open, he's out there putting his perfect record on the line. And so far, these guys haven't shown many signs that they're ready to put a 1 in that loss column.
Joey Richard is next as he finds himself behind 0-1.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Weekly hit towards first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Adam Jones is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. And Jones takes this one for a ball, 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
Wow, he is spotting that fastball on a dime here early on.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They're down 4-0. Mike Wright is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. In now, Dustin Ackley. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Hitter, Dustin Ackley.
In there, no balls and a strike. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger.
He will definitely give you something to think about up there. There are no comfortable at-bats against this guy.
And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Well, nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
You know, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Still 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Lying toward the gap in left center. And he will run this one down. Right, and that's the first out of the inning.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in again. Couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
Here comes the first pitch. And, oh, looked inside, but that's ruled as strike, 0-1. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger, 2 strikes.
And they may have found a location that they like right here. 2 different pitches, both taken on the inside corner, and now they can go just about anywhere they want.
Ready with the 0-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
94 on the outer edge. You can't help but take that.
Easy fly ball into shallow center field. Jones has a beat on it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting,
Brett Gardner stands in again here with 2 home runs already to his name in this one.
And you know what, Matt? He's just made it look so easy out there. I think they've got to change their approach right here. Use some caution or something.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Well, he's done a great job of getting 2 quick outs here. But the key now is to finish off this inning. Don't let these middle-of-the-order guys get a rally going.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now.
very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Trumbull is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers, but they're in front 4-0. Leading off the inning, Chris Davis, and they'll need him to get something going here. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed, 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, and this fourth inning will start the same way he ended the third with a strikeout, and there's one away. Third and final game of this three-game set comes your way Sunday afternoon. That's tomorrow as you see the pitchers scheduled to take the mound in the series finale. Manny Machado will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. No runs, just one hit, and no errors for the Orioles so far. Hit in the air out toward left. After it is Gardner, and he makes the catch for the second out.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Mark Trumbull will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a good fastball hitter. You don't want to give in to his strength.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They trail here 4-0. Brian McCann will lead things off, and then the Big Thunder comes next for the Yanks in the persons of Mark Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Fastball called strike 1-2. Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
And that is swung on and missed as McCann is retired for the first out.
I know my job here is to be an analyst and to try and add some insight to what's happening on the field. But, folks, words cannot describe how badly he got pulled on that pitch. I'm not even going to try.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira, now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. And he'll take a look at a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch.
Line toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a two-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
At the plate, Alex Rodriguez. He singled his last time up. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. He's set. Here it comes. On the ground now for Hardy. This might be two. To second for one. On to Davis at first. It's a double play, and the side is retired. Yanks held in check. They lead it 4-0. Pedro Alvarez comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
And certainly not something you see all that often. The intentional walk to the leadoff hitter. Into the box now, Jonathan Scope. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Nobody out, runner on first. Just missing here, 2-0.
Well, if he's missing right here, he ain't missing by much. Not getting too many favors behind the plate.
And little doubt about that one. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
And at the plate, if you've got an umpire helping you out, no reason to go after a borderline pitch on 2-0.
Lifted into the air out towards center field.
Ellsbury is under it.
1 out. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Matt Wieters is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one.
And that right there, that's why these guys only have one hit. He's had him chasing at shadows this entire ball game.
Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. And he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw on to Teixeira, 2 down.
Yeah, and the only silver lining to this offensively is that you get that guy up to second base, and now he's in scoring position with 2 outs. But I would doubt seriously that that was his intention.
J.J. Hardy is in for the second time here as he looks at one outside. It's 1-0. Hot shot to third. And a sliding try there at third, but it skips by him, a base hit. The run scores from second. It's now a 4-1 game.
Well, nothing will put a smile on your manager's face quite like a 2-out RBI. Well, things weren't looking good. He looked like he was going to get stranded out there, but he comes through to drive him home.
And it looks like the Yankees will have a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Joey Richard stands in for the third time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. 2 out with the man at first. Now a swing and a fly ball. On the move is Beltran. And foul. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Brad Brock will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 35, Brad.
Carlos Beltran will dig in again. He popped up in his first plate appearance and flew out last time around.
Well, he's putting the ball in play, but clearly getting under it too much right now. It'd be nice for him to stay through one right here.
That's inside. 2-0.
And this is all about handling a guy like this with kid gloves. You know, walk him if you have to, but don't let him be the one to beat you.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And a rather easy first out.
These are the ones that are hard to swallow. You got the count in your favor. 2-0, you get a fastball right down the pipe. You wind up popping it straight up. And that's a missed opportunity, folks. Big time.
Into the seats, 0-1. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Sixth inning. 4-1 is our score. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Solano is retired. 2 down now.
Now batting, shortstop,
Didi Gregorius will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, but they lead it 4-1. Adam Jones will come forward now to start sailing against this starter so far, as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had him off balance all game.
And he falls behind now, 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
first baseman, number 19.
Chris Davis stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. From the stretch. High in the air into shallow left center. Here comes Gardner. He's got it 1 away.
You take a look there at the line from our starter. I mean, basically, he's allowed 3 singles so far, and that's it. They haven't been able to mount any real opposition against him so far.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
After battling injuries in previous years, Manny Machado showed everybody what he could do in 2015. He got named to the All-Star team, he participated in the Home Run Derby, and he won another Gold Glove.
And he's been able to get outs when he needs them with that curveball, and there you see what his pitch breakdown has been so far.
Mark Trumbo will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. And a fastball not close. It's 2-1 now.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. He's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
Popped up. Oh, and he misses it. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Not to make excuses here, but sometimes when you play behind a pitcher that strikes out a lot of guys, you can get a little flat-footed out there if you're not involved in the action. And here, he just doesn't look this one into the glove, and they'll hit him with an error.
In now is Pedro Alvarez, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1.
Sooner or later, the Orioles are going to have to find that key hit. Pretty much eluded them all throughout.
Ball one. Squared that one up just a little late. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. Drilled right back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. He will score, and the Orioles cut into that lead just a bit. It's now a 4-2 ball game.
That two-out hit there makes that error loom extra large now. You got to make sure you get this next guy before this inning gets any further out of control.
Number 26 is on, and he'll take over on the mound.
Number 26.
Jonathan Scope strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
I think he needs to cut down on his swing a bit, get a little more compact, because he ain't going to be touching those fastballs.
Now he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2, and he got him, minimizing the damage at just a run. The inning is over. Number 40 will come in and pitch now.
Pitching for the Orioles.
Dustin Ackley will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips.
Yeah, he got solid contact on that line out, but it just didn't work out. In this game, you have to trust your approach. Eventually, it's going to pay off.
Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him. 0-1.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Richard ranging back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he will pull in here with a leadoff double.
That's great production here out of the number 9 hole, leading off the inning. The managers like to think of those number 9 guys as sort of a second leadoff man, and he takes that to heart as he's into scoring position already with a leadoff double.
Michael Givens will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7. Jacoby Ellsbury will be the first one to greet him here, as he'll be doing so with the runner in scoring position and still nobody out.
When you're 0 for 3 in a game already, I think you're really happy to see a new pitcher in this ballgame. Maybe something will change for him.
Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. Now for Ackley, he's at second with his 9th 2-base hit of the year. Heading out towards shallow right. Trumbo over to his left. 1 away.
Now batting.
Brett Gardner will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his 2nd home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. And this is into the gap for his 3rd hit of the night, and it'll be good for extra bases. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's 5-2.
Maybe an important run right there, and you got to figure every run's important in a low-scoring ballgame. But that now pushes the lead to 5-2, so you got to think that they're liking their chances right about now.
Zach Britton.
So with a lefty waiting, they'll go to a lefty of their own out of the bullpen here. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Britton pauses. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And that's right where you want to be throwing those sinkers, but he's doing a good job at the plate of not chasing.
And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Well, that's okay. You would have liked him to chase on 3-2, but you had your base open here, so now you can really focus on getting yourself a ground ball.
First offering on its way. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And here's Davis to tuck it in, and there are 2 gone now. Alex Rodriguez gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. A 3-run home run off the bat of Alex Rodriguez. Number 17 for him on the season, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Whatever these guys are putting in their pregame meal, you can be darn sure they're getting the same setup tomorrow. That's 5 home runs as a team now. I mean, these guys are feeling it up there.
The batter, right fielder.
Here's Carlos Beltran. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. That home run believed to be 402 feet all told. Four runs here in this half inning. Too much bite on the sinker, and he's behind 2-0 now.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Trumbo there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. But 4 runs score in the inning, 3 coming right here on the 3-run home run. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Yankees 8 and the Orioles 2. Chasen Shreve will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Matt Wieters will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
That's a ball.
And there's ball 1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And he pumps the fastball by him here, 1-2 now. Goes the other way and sends it deep down the right field line. And that is off the wall in right field. And he's kicked off the home 7th with a leadoff double. J.J. Hardy will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Hit down the third base line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Joey Richard will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Beltran is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 10.
Adam Jones steps in. He scored after reaching on a single his last time up.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball outfield probably gets him home.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that finds a zone, but some of these pitches are getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball is outside, and it's full now, 3-2. Chris Davis would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Swung on and chopped up the middle, backhanded. And the throw is wide of first, and Teixeira can't keep his foot on the bag.
Well, if this ball gets through up the middle, there's a good shot they're going to score a run right there. But you can see a nice effort here at second base to even try to get an out on that play. It'll wind up being an infield single, but at least it keeps that other runner at third base.
Here's Chris Davis now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. And it's quickly 0-2. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2.
That's a good idea, 1-2 right there, just to see if he'd chase. But now with the count even.
And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Orioles strand a couple. Still 8-2. Darren O'Day will come on now in a mop-up role, as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Donovan Solano will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike one.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And a 2-1 slider is looked at for a called strike 2. He's set, and the 2-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Trumbo sprinting after it, but this will land foul shy of the wall. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. Trumbo is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first out.
Next for the Yankees.
Didi Gregorius stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And the pitch. Lifted the other way out to left center. And Jones will handle this one for out number 2.
Now batting, designated hitter
Dustin Ackley gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. He's set, and the pitch. Right there for strike 1.
0-1.
And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
That misses. 1-2. Slow roller back to the mound. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Kirby Yates will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Leading off the inning, Manny Machado, and they'll need him to get something going here. And they start him out away with a called strike. Here's a breaking ball outside, and now it's even 1-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Hit hard on the ground to the right. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit. Mark Trumbo steps in. He was able to reach base thanks to an error in his last at-bat.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit of the game, so let's see if he can come through with that one right here.
In there at the knees, strike 1. And a curveball taken for strike 2.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch, but you got to do it. You can't give up that inside corner, or this guy will eat you alive.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
And on 0-2, I think you're better off trying to bounce that thing rather than leave it up. Even though that's high, it's a dangerous spot to miss.
Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Ready with the 2-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Pedro Alvarez steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Runners on first with 1 down. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. Grounded to third. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to Teixeira. 2 down. Jonathan Scope ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
That was a pretty big strikeout too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
Off speed pitch here, but it dips below the knees, evening us at 1-1. And that misses. 2-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Teixeira has a play, and that retires the side. A beautiful nighttime view there of the Baltimore skyline as we head to the top of the 9th in this one. Number 37 will be the new pitcher.
For the Orioles, number
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Bounced softly in front of the plate. Gonna be a tough play. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, left fielder,
Brett Gardner is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the 3rd inning. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Right back, same pitch, also knee high. He wasn't buying that one either. He's going to have to do something now. He's down 2 strikes.
Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Jones is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
The catcher, number 34.
Brian McCann steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. The pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Not able to hold on there as he swings through a pitch in the dirt, and it doesn't look good for him now. Down 0-2.
Yeah, not a real good effort there. That pitch was never going to be a strike.
Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Striding in to start the 9th, Matt Wieters, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And this is a nice job so far out of that number 8 hole. Taking some pitches, trying to get on, leading off the inning.
And could this be the start? It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats.
When you're down by a handful of runs, a leadoff walk is a definite blessing. If nothing else, it's a good first step towards trying to get back in this ball game.
Drilled on the ground to short. A bare hand for 1. On to first, and here indeed is a super double play.
Well, that's just made to order right there. 2 hops to short, easy pivot, not a lot of heat at second base. That's just a pretty routine double play.
Joey Richard is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Perhaps exasperation would be the watchword in that first base dugout.
Yeah, and you know, it feels like it's been that way all night for him.
Here's the 1-1. And here's one that misses, so it's 2-1 now to the Oriole left fielder. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. And the count will be full. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Scorched to third. Throw on to first, and the Yankees have taken the first 2 games of this series on the road as this one is over.
You know, they aren't always quite so easy, but this one was never really in much doubt as they cruise home to that 6-run victory.
And the Yankees were given a big boost tonight by the performance of this man, Brett Gardner. Take a snapshot of that. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top 8-2. Good night from Baltimore.